Have you ever gotten to the end of your day and thought, I worked nonstop today, but I have barely moved anything forward, or at least anything important forward? Maybe you were answering questions all day, putting out fires, responding to email, and meanwhile, the strategic work, the work that actually grows the business, just keeps getting pushed to the side. Ouch, right? It hurts. It hurts to work constantly and at the end of your week feel like, I don't think any of this really made a difference, even though I'm exhausted and I put in my best effort. And this is exactly why so many business owners feel trapped inside a growing business. At Tap the Potential, we call this getting pulled away from your $10,000 an hour activities, the work that only you can do, that drives vision, that drives growth, that impacts relationships, leadership, and profitability. And reality is that most business owners don't need better time management. You need fewer repetitive decisions because decision fatigue is quietly stealing your hours and your energy every week in the business. So think about how many times a day you answer the same question, fix the same issue, clarify the same expectations, approve the same thing, and explain the same process. That's not leadership. That is a systems problem in the business. And the good news is that systems give you your time back. So one of the fastest ways to reclaim 10 hours of your week is to stop solving problems repeatedly and solve them once with a process. So instead of answering the same client question 15 times, create an FAQ or a template. Instead of reminding team members what to do, create real role ownership with accountability. Instead of being that go-to person for everything, build systems that your team can follow whether you're there or not. And instead of handling low-value tasks yourself, learn how to delegate, sweep them off your plate with intention. And this is where so many business owners get stuck because you think that delegation means dumping tasks. But effective delegation requires clarity, it requires systems, it requires defining outcomes, knowing your sweet spot, and paying attention to what drives profitability. Otherwise, you're just delegating and dropping tasks that are going to boomerang right back to you. So if your business depends on you to solve every problem, approve every decision, and hold everything together, you don't own a business. Your business owns you. And that is why we teach business owners how to identify what are your true $10,000 an hour activities, because every hour you spend on $10 or $50 an hour tasks is stealing energy from the work that actually grows the business and makes it profitable. So research shows knowledge workers, that's you and I, we are spending huge amounts of time on low value, repetitive activities that can easily be handled by AI, through systems, through delegation, and entrepreneurs feel this deeply. You start the business because you love what you do, but then suddenly you become the fixer, the one who has to approve everything. You become that bottleneck. And that's why so many business owners are exhausted and overwhelmed. And I want you to know there is a better way. You can clarify roles, you can create repeatable systems, you can delegate lower value tasks, and protect your $10,000 an hour activities. And when you do that, that's when you create breathing room and you reduce stress, your time gets freed up, and you become more profitable. So here's a question for you. What's one repetitive task or question that's just repetitively stealing your time every week? Drop that in the chat, because identifying repetition is really the first step toward identifying where a system needs to be built to support your life instead of consuming it. So if you're ready to reclaim your time and stop being the bottleneck in your business, you want to be in our upcoming workshop. It kicks off Tuesday. How to reclaim 10 hours of your week and pay yourself more. Inside this Jumpstart workshop, we are going to show you how to identify your $10,000 an hour activities, how to make the business less dependent on you, how to build systems that free up your time, and how to create a sustainably profitable business that supports your life. This is your $10,000 an hour activity. So get signed up at tapthepotential.com/jumpstart. I'll see you there.